This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
Beers in the Lot is partnered with the Hockey Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Beers in the Lot. Before we get going, let me just remind you about our shop at beersinthelot.com/shop. That's where you can get the t-shirts and other merchandise with Beers in the Lot logos on it. Also, check out beersinthelot.com for anything else you might be curious about this podcast. And be sure to join the Discord at beersinthelot.com/Discord. So for episode 173, the guys and I talked about the Old Fat Bald Guys Hockey League playoffs round 1 that happened on Sunday evening. We talked about how Riggs doesn't care about his team right now and John cares too much. And then 4 guys in their late 30s and early 40s tried to decipher the word Riz. It was sus AF, but these beer cracks will slap. Let's go.
What are we drinking there this evening, Aaron?
Surprise, surprise. I have another it's my last one, though, I think. Pretty sure this is it. I'll have something to do next week.
Aaron doesn't like variety.
I just like to save money, so I buy beer at Costco.
Aaron, like the Penguins' power play, refuses to change. That's fine.
I'm glad you worked that in.
Yeah.
Hey, if it makes me 29th best podcaster, then, what do you have tonight, John?
I am clothed, but from Trogs, I have the Naked Elf Ale. So, Christmas brouhaha. Yeah. I also bought the variety pack, but I plan to use them all. Yeah. Daniel, what do you have this evening, sir?
So tonight from Treehouse Brewing, I have a Tangerine Scream. Excellent beer. Probably one of my favorites from them. Recent favorites. What do you got tonight, Riggs?
Like Jonathan, I also have a Trogs favorite, Mad Elf, which he had last week, but I just picked him up tonight. So I was trying
Different
to find
case.
I was trying to find the variety pack, but the local didn't have them. So, and I didn't feel like driving anywhere else, so I just got Mad Elf. But every year, this is a tradition. Mad Elf. It's Christmas
As is
time.
tradition.
It is the holidays. It's time to get after it.
Wow, this Caps games is looking sort of like our game last night.
Yeah, it is.
The start of the first period. It's 5-0. Oh my
Jeez.
It is just like last night.
Yeah.
But as we learned, they could come back and get close.
Yeah. 5-6 goal lead. It's one of the most dangerous leads in hockey.
I do think there are a lot of similarities because at Mullet Arena, I've heard the visiting locker room is about the same size of the locker room we had last night.
They probably have running water, like hot water, though.
No, I don't think. No, we had hot water. Winners get hot water.
Oh.
Winners get hot water.
I wonder if Arizona had the Creed playlist on.
Probably, maybe.
They probably did. They
Yeah.
probably did.
Scoring goals like that.
I will.
They were
say,
watching Live Barn. They were taking down notes.
Yeah, Danny. What was the vibe like on your bench? I'm just curious.
When it was
what?
6-3 after the
When
first
it was-
period.
Yeah, when it was
6-3,
6-3.
4 minutes into the first period.
What was that? What was that like?
We
What
were
was that
not
like?
vibing. We were not
You were
vibing.
not vibing.
Yeah.
No. What did you guys listen to in the room? Like we had Creed. Like
Yeah.
right before we came out, Johnny had the playlist all figured out.
That's a power playlist right there.
It was a bunch of like late 90s hits. And then right before we went out, we're just getting ready to go out. It was like 3 Creed tunes in succession.
Wow. That's why you guys were flying.
The boys were pumped. So we came out and
Powerful.
You guys were buzzing.
I'll tell you what, we had a pretty good playlist up to that point even. We were riding high. And then
Yes.
Johnny took us higher.
Yes. Yes.
So Creed ended it with higher, one last breath, and my sacrifice to get everyone kind of in the mood. It was Man in the Box, Mud Shovel, Got the Life, Last Resort, and Cowboys from Hell. And then it just freaking went right into Creed.
Yes.
And everybody at the same time was
Wow.
like, hell yeah. Like we were like a really
singing,
good mood. Loose as
everybody
shit.
was singing,
So
everybody
much
was pumped, and then we just came out and like
Continue.
Handled business.
yeah, I don't know.
Congrats, guys. Congrats. I will be consoled.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is I think that means we're on sheet 1 again for the like 10th week in a row.
Probably.
So we have this
Yeah, I
small
know.
locker
The small
room.
rooms,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Can't spread our wings.
We have to play
Hello.
at mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy game though.
A lot of team defense.
It was it was a lot of goals really fast. Like there was seriously like 9 or 10 goals in the first half of the first period. It was a lot.
Yeah, final was 13-8.
13-8. I said it at one point, I think in the early second, I was like, guys, we're gonna need 12 goals to win this game. This is a shootout.
You did.
Somebody
say
on the
that.
other team said something like, can we just play first to 18 wins?
Yeah.
There was a lot of goals. It was fun, no? A little tilt. A little playoff tilt. So the OFPG Capitals will take on the OFPG Oilers next week for all the glory. Well, for a little bit of glory. And an ill-fitting t-shirt.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if one team wins, they'll get the cup. The other team wins, then they won't.
The other team will probably carry the cup out anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
True.
It's lost kind of its excitement. Well, actually, I'm sure it'll be in the building because one team, the guy always brings it if his team's in.
Well, he
If
actually
they're not,
owns it.
if they're not, yeah.
He actually owns it.
Owns.
So,
Yeah.
owns. Yeah. So it caps off our fall of our neat league. So
yeah.
and we'll have a little bit of a break. I'm fire tonight.
I got to get a shot in because I told him I would.
What?
And I scored on Goody.
Oh.
I told him in
Yeah, you
Discord
talk-
that I was going to score.
you talk
I was
shit to
talking
him all
mad
week.
Trash.
Wait, you scored
Yeah.
twice, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
get
he
two.
did.
But the
I like
first one's
that.
the only one that I cared about.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just needed to get one because I talked so much shit.
But it was the first goal of the game.
It was the first goal of the game.
Was that the one you went down on one knee?
No, that was the last one. That was the last goal of the game, actually, before the ENG.
Yeah.
I opened it and closed
The
it. I
last
guess.
real goal of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, last real goal of the game. Which almost was John's goal. John got
Nope.
a feed in the slot on the ENG and
I
lifted
lifted my
his
stick. I knew what you got. And then I got it like in the corner and just kind of chucked it back down to the other side. And then I went to the bench and you guys were laughing. And I just said, I was like, I knew what you guys were doing. I'm not going to be part of this criminal activity. That's exactly what I said. Even the one guy on our team, I think he figured it out after he passed it and he just saw what I did. I think he kind of realized, he's like, oh, he's not doing anything with his puck if he gets it near here, at least in terms of a shot. Like, no way. Well, it was weird because like the face-off dropped. I got the puck like kind of near the top of the slot after like a little scramble. And in my head, it was kind of like, oh man, like may need to ice it. And I kind of like, as I took 2 steps, I saw there was no goalie there. So I just kind of like,
Oh,
nope,
wait.
not happening.
No,
Nope.
no.
Nope, can't do this.
No,
Can't do
no.
this. Yeah. You guys are very shifty. That's a bold strategy down 4 with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, right.
I mean that's pretty bold. I like that.
Well,
doesn't
no,
matter.
Even
Yeah.
bolder was after we scored the ENG. There was a face-off in our end, and then shortly after, there's like a minute and 20 left. They had 6 skaters on the ice, and Goody was still in the net.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
I had a guy tied up in front. He looks at me. He goes, "How many guys do we have on the ice right now?" We looked around and counted and started laughing. It was awesome.
I mean,
It was great.
it was probably. I mean, it clearly was the wrong 6 they had on the ice, if that's the case. So, yeah.
I got to give Goody props though too, because even though I talked shit and then scored, he also stoned me on a breakaway and flashed leather on me when I probably should have scored one too. He did his part. Hopefully he's still listening.
But you did score that first goal, and you turned to him and said, "I told you, Goody."
I did say that.
Man of your word.
The Pens laid an egg tonight.
That's 2 eggs in a row.
2 eggs in a row versus Philly, in fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
Are the Flyers actually good?
Oh no.
No,
I don't know.
The Pens
They're-
are not good.
well, the Flyers
Oh,
are
man.
actually in the running right now.
Yeah.
Look at the stats. Look at the standings.
Yeah.
And if you talk to Torts, they got balls, dude. So, like,
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe he's on to
Flyers
something
are
here.
number 3 in the Metro. They're if the playoffs started today, they'd be in. How about that?
Meh.
Look at them now.
Look at them.
Yeah, what was the stat? The Pens are like 0 for their last 29 or 30 power plays.
Yeah, brutal stretch.
Terrible.
Just
With the guys they have, there's no excuse. Like, there's just no excuse. Where's Carlson? Where's Crosby? Where's anybody?
yeah, they're either too resistant to change or they're digging into too much like kind of data and
There's
like
too many cooks. There's
video.
too many cooks
Yeah,
on
there's-
that power play.
yeah. They,
Too-
you need
too
you
many
need a
head
head
chefs.
chef and a few. Yeah, you need a
Mhm.
head chef and a few sous chefs. And if they don't want to do that, then so be it. Whatever. Just break it, tear the team down. I'm done. I don't need this. The last couple of years, I just like get myself, semi excited just to get hurt. Just do it now. Like I don't even need to get to prom season. Just tell me no now. I'll be the weird goth kid. I don't care. Just don't even bother. This kind of, shit. It could be worse. We could be losing like 5 bagel to Arizona right now, but whatever. It's like, and too, and actually this, I think if I'm right, if Arizona wins tonight, they have beaten the last 5 cup champions all in a row. Not in consecutive in terms of year, but
Yeah, but what
They
does
played
that
them on
even
schedule.
mean? That doesn't mean.
I mean, the
like,
Blues
whatever.
That's a
are
race
the
team.
Blues are a little
This
bit of a
isn't
shell of themselves.
Like, who gives a shit about that? It doesn't mean anything.
It's very early in the season, I
Like-
know. More
like
no,
but who cares? Like, that doesn't mean anything. Like,
yeah, Arizona's hyping it up more, but it's a
Like,
long freaking
I
season.
mean, here's the thing. They still play at Mullet Arena, 5,000 seats. I'm taking my kids to a building on Saturday that seats 3,500 on the arena side. So, whatever. 16U Welsh at A hockey, 3,500 seat arena. Nobody's going to be there, but it still has 3,500 seats in it. So, whatever. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
It means nothing.
take that,
And the-
Arizona.
And yeah, and
In
the
your
other
face.
Thing, and the other thing too is
And
like,
they're
you're
leasing the building for fuck's
you're-
sakes. Like, come on,
You're talking.
they're tenants.
Yeah, they don't even own it.
yeah, they're
Come on.
tenants.
Like you're talking about like ripping the Band-Aid off and like whatever, like, and caring about it. I don't care. Like, about Washington, like, who cares? I don't care. Like, everybody knows they're old. Backstrom's done. Carlson can't skate. Wilson's an idiot. Like,
Oshie's hurt. Yeah,
who cares? Yeah, Oshie's old. Like, they're paying. They signed him to that deal, and everybody knew it was a bullshit deal because it was way too long. Everybody knew that he was going to fall off. So guess what? All the things that we said were going to happen are happening.
We're at the find
True.
out stage.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've reached
Yeah.
find out stage.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, so get over it. And I wasn't even watching the game until the Pittsburgh game ended because I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
like, everybody was excited because like they were in a wild card spot. Washington's in a wild card spot, or they were actually third in Metro for a little bit, and they've been bouncing back and forth. And I'm like, you guys are getting your hopes up. They're going to go through a stretch in December and January here where they are going to be dog shit, and that's going to be the end of the season, right? That's how this works. So
all those old guys with the kids, their backs are gonna be broken after like building a bunch of kids Christmas toys and stuff.
They're putting together a Power Wheels.
The play set outside.
What are those like? You know what I'm talking about? They're like those kids' vehicles. You know what I'm talking about?
Power
3 or 4 of
Wheels,
those
yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
No.
Power Wheels.
Oh, they're
dog.
power. All right. They're going to get like 3 or 4 guys are going to have broken toes because the kids are going to drive over them and shit. You know, like it's done. I'm almost getting to the point where like I need to, like Eric wasn't going to apologize at the beginning of the year for his lack of enthusiasm for the NHL. I want to apologize for my enthusiasm at the start of the NHL.
Yeah,
Tone it down, John.
I
Tone
was
it
right.
down.
I'm almost getting to that point.
I was right, John. I was right.
You were. Normally you and I are pretty like in line with a lot of this shit.
That's
and like
true. That's true.
I was blinded. I was being a fan instead of, I was thinking with my heart, not my brain.
Yeah, you had
Just
that
upsetting.
black and gold glasses on. Couldn't see
I know.
past
I
them.
know. I had those Wiz Khalifa glasses on. They were all shady and
The
foggy.
black and yellow glasses.
You were
Yeah.
drinking too much of the icy light.
I know. I was drinking icy lights left and right. Now look at me. I'm in the same pit I was in April. Just upset.
That Turner's hard iced tea came out, and then all of a sudden you were right back in on the pens. Like, oh.
You're right. Around April, I was like, this is the way it's going to be for a few years. And then the Turner's iced tea
came out. Yeah.
And I was like, hey guys, maybe it's not that bad. I just, oh, you're right. Man. Sucks.
Thanksgiving rolls around and Isley's Chip Chop Ham still won't get you going.
That's
Went on sale. I got all excited. I do like Chip Chop Ham. My wife is not a fan.
I've never had it. I would love to try it. I haven't
We should
had
do
it,
that.
though. Yeah,
We'll do it. We can do like a Yinzer party.
Awesome.
Oh,
That'd be
pierogies.
awesome.
Yeah, we do like
and-
pierogies, icy lights.
We're not bringing that abomination
Chop
of a
ham.
pizza, though.
We'll make a salad and put
No,
French
but
fries
like
on
that-
top of it.
But that like so like that they do that, Danny. They do that in other places though. It's not just Pittsburgh where they do that. That's like I don't even know what they call it. It's like kind of a
Lunchable.
bastard pizza style. Yeah, it's
It's
yeah,
adult lunchable.
yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, the cold toppings on top
Yeah.
of pizza.
Yeah, because they do that in like it's either Milwaukee or like up in Madison, Wisconsin. They called it a cold slice.
No,
But
cold.
but
No,
like
thank
I just
you.
yeah,
no,
cold,
a cold
thank
no,
you.
a cold slice is what like you order pizza the night before,
Yeah.
and then
the
you
next
get up
morning,
in the morning,
eat it
for
right, that's
breakfast.
a cold
Yeah.
slice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
But
is
these-
delicious, by the
It's
way.
acceptable.
There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
no, this is culturally acceptable. Yes,
Absolutely.
but
Oh,
like
yeah.
these people are making pizza, like they're baking the dough with the sauce on top, and then putting cold toppings on when it comes out of the oven. right?
Yeah.
Nah.
Like,
I'm out.
That's wrong.
this is wrong. This is terrible. This is
Wrong.
unnatural. Like, this is,
Yeah.
I'm out.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like I feel like the cold slice is something you do to those like Red Baron pizzas when you grow up, you know, because they're like, oh, it's kind of
You got to
there.
put extra shit on it, like
Yeah.
to make
And
it
then
taste good.
and then
right?
the middle
So it's
and the
like-
middle and then when you get to the
Yeah.
middle, you just
Yeah.
get that like almost frozen
that-
part, you know,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
frostbite
you're like,
part.
ah, shit, this part
But
didn't
the
cook.
outer edges are burnt.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Everything
They're
else,
burnt
like,
black.
The outer edges are a volcano. It's like
Yeah.
lava. You get 3rd-degree burns on the inside of your mouth.
get- Very center and it's doughy.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cold slice. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
I just it ain't.
but that's
no.
not a Pittsburgh thing. It's not exclusively a Pittsburgh.
It's not
thing?
exclusive. I've seen it
Okay.
other places before. Because when
Alright.
Danny said that, I was like, I've had it other places and I've seen it other places, but after doing it as a younger lad, I was like, this is so unappetizing. I
Did
can't.
you hate yourself afterwards?
I wasn't at the point in my life where I developed those feelings after certain activities.
You were like crying on the bathroom floor,
this
curled up in a ball.
point in my life, yeah, I'd burn my clothing. Like, you know, like, it would be the scene from Ace Ventura.
Yeah, ate a whole pack of gum.
Yeah, eat a whole gun sticking to my hip. God, yeah. Like, I just, no, thank you. No freaking thank you.
Time out for just a second while we hear about our sponsors. We'll be right back. In the market for a hockey gift this holiday season? Beers in the Lot is an affiliate with Pure Hockey. Visit their site through our link at beersinthelot.com/purehockey, and every purchase you make will help out this podcast. Whether you're shopping for a player or a fan, Pure Hockey has equipment, apparel, and more for you or the hockey player or fan in your life. So this year, get all your hockey holiday shopping done at beersinthelot.com/purehockey. Bet the action on the ice with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use code THPN. New customers can get $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on hockey. That's code THPN only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. The crown is yours. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/hockey for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the National Hockey League. Copyright NHL 2023, all rights reserved.
Well, actually, I'm really excited because there was a little bit of news that made me excited for Eric, because Oxford University Press gave its word of the year, and it was Riz.
Oh yeah,
Eric's
no,
favorite
I
word.
said that. No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
said that to you guys. I said that to you guys.
That's Eric's favorite
Yeah.
word. It's Riz.
Yeah.
Riz.
Yeah, Riz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riz is the
Rizzler.
new word.
He's
Eric
the
is
Rizzler.
Rizzler.
I
He's
am
Rizzler.
I am
The
the
Riz-
Rizzler.
Yeah, he's the Rizzler. Eric, what's your problem with the word Riz? What's the
I don't
problem
have
here?
a problem with it.
I thought you did though, dog.
No, there's no problem. No, what happened
That's
was,
Cap.
That is Cap.
That's Cap.
No,
That's
there
cap.
is no. I don't have a problem. I don't care.
Are you
I
saying
don't-
that Riz is bussin'?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, what
We need
happened
to add
was
a quick disclaimer. Hey, this is 30-year-olds talking like I don't even know what the generation is, the TikTok generation. For those who don't understand as 30-plus-year-olds what the TikTok generation is saying, that's like our little side piece. We're gonna educate you.
No, what happened was when we had the Gobble in the Lot Thanksgiving skate, like a bunch of the kids had played, and then we got into this conversation afterwards, after our dinner and everything. We're just drinking beers, and the kids were like congregating by themselves, as they should. And
Oh my gosh!
and then somebody,
Wow.
one of the kids walked by to like get some cookies or some shit, and somebody asked him something, and he's like, oh well, I'm not dust like you, and I know what that means. Like if you're dusty,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
yeah,
new.
well, everybody knows what that is. If you're in
that's a
hockey,
hockey.
like,
That's not
whatever.
new.
But there was somebody that didn't know, and they were like, "What's that mean?" And like we were explaining, and then someone else was like, "Oh yeah, they say all this shit like Riz
Means you're an
and
old
Cap
fuck.
and like all this stuff." So then we were interrogating the kids about all these
Interrogating.
words. Like, what does all this stuff mean? Like tell us, like
Tell
how
me
would you-
now.
how would you use it in a sentence, like in a situation, like
Like a spelling bee.
contextually? How
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
use these words, like and all this kind of stuff? So that's We were trying to bridge the gap
Eric
between the
just went up to
generations.
Eric just went up to the kids, pointed, and yelled, "Speak!"
Speak.
What does that mean?
Speak.
Explain yourself.
I'm a good listener. Speak. Oh, we talk about neck guards at double IHF.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
It's kind of important.
Danny, bring it up.
Neck guards.
Bring it up.
Talk about it. Neck guards, go.
Neck guards.
So, IHF neck guards.
Pretty sick, huh?
They're mandating it for all levels, right?
All
At the-
levels,
At
All
the double
levels.
IHF level. Yep.
including Olympics.
Olympics,
Which they will be doing.
World's men's and women's, world juniors, everything.
big.
Yeah.
It's true
that's-
and big.
yeah. That's
Mhm.
that's a step in the right direction. And
Absolutely.
hopefully more professional leagues follow suit, and it helps, minor pros and other junior leagues all over the world, and amateur hockey, youth hockey. It helps them sort of see that, look, even at the highest levels, you can do these things and it's going to work. So and it's for the better, safety of the players, and that's what matters.
Yeah, and you see more and more like NHL guys are starting to wear them, and I think part of it's
Yeah.
like, I'm sure, especially a lot of the companies and even some of the equipment managers that are pretty handy with either sewing or kind of rigging certain things to equipment or new equipment, kind of accessories and stuff. Like they'll probably get a point where more and more NHLers are doing it. Like you see, I mean, the only ones that come to mind right now, like Laine's wearing it, Jeff Carter's wearing it, Ryan Graves, Anze Kopitar, Pionk. And Pionk was like one of Johnson's best buddies.
Yeah.
So like for him, it's pretty personal. And actually there's a good little story. The Jets owner like let Pionk and a few other guys like borrow the private jet to go over to the funeral, which is pretty, like, that's a nice act of
Yeah.
generosity and, helps those guys kind of get through. But, especially some of the companies that are making the, kind of really nice cut resistant, garments and protective pieces. And I think in the next couple of like months, we'll see a lot more R&D on it, which that'll help. And then the Olympics with like McDavid and Matthews and all those guys wearing that stuff, maybe when they come back to play in the NHL games, that'll let them, maybe they're like, it's not so bad. And then kids
Right.
too, more and more kids will do it. I wouldn't be shocked if USA Hockey just puts the hammer down in the off season. Maybe.
Well,
I'm kind of shocked they haven't. But...
No, they came out and said they're going to make the decision in January is what they said. So, when you look at the rule book, and I'm pretty sure we've said this before, but it says that USA Hockey strongly recommends the use of laceration protection for the neck, and that's it. But and there are other bodies like Hockey Canada that it's always been required. Neck protection's always been required. So the inconsistencies are still there. But double IHF coming in and saying, hey, at our competition levels, everyone has to have it. That's a great first step. I would go further and say that, leg protection needs to be implemented, wrist protection, especially on the legs, like the femoral artery area. Like that's a soft area. There's not a lot of there aren't products really available for that. Like that there's not a lot out there.
Which I feel like would be an easy implementation, really. I mean, just
right?
put them in the jocks.
Easy.
Right?
Put them in jocks.
Yeah,
Or the
because I
compression
mean,
shorts, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's all it is.
I mean,
So-
you do have a few. I mean, if you wear a jock, if you wear a girdle and a shell, then you've got 3 layers of cloth in between. So
Easily put it on one of them.
Yeah, you
But
could you could put that in at least one of those layers.
Yeah.
But
Aaron, oh my gosh.
I also know
I
I also know personally of at least 2 occasions where cuts were sustained above the knee area of the
Mhm.
shin pad.
Right.
So that's getting close,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it does happen, right?
Yes.
And they required stitches and they were out for a period of time because they couldn't skate with the stitches in. So it was serious enough that it went through, went through the shell, went through the base layer, whatever. So I think there's a case to be made for the femoral area specifically because that is a critical
Yeah.
artery. Like if that gets cut or compromised
Serious
in
problem.
any way, like you can bleed out and that is catastrophic. Like so,
Yep.
I think that's important.
Well, also, Danny, you weren't in our locker room. Aaron went by, he buzzed by the boards on, I forget what period, but he got a rip in his shell. He's going to add a cargo pocket to that. So it's gonna be
Hell
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, I went by the boards and there was like a screw sticking out. Go
Weird.
figure it, Ari.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
it like pulled a section of my shell apart. Kind of looked like I have a pocket now on that side. I feel like a chick with a dress that has like I got pockets.
Well, that's
But-
actually really convenient.
It's super convenient, but
Isn't that your normal style though?
it is my style. That's what
Yeah.
we were talking
So,
about. Like
yeah.
I was saying, I was just going to go to a big and tall store and get like a 60-inch waist cargo pants and use that as my shell.
That would be amazing. Holy shit, I would die laughing.
All right, that's it for this one. Thank you for your listen and for your support. We appreciate all of your likes and ratings and reviews and subscriptions on the various podcatchers. Keep them coming. We appreciate every single one of them. I know I speak for the rest of the guys when I say have a good one, and we'll catch you next week when our new episode drops on Wednesday. See ya.